Back to working on the 911 Turbo. I've already got it up on the quick jacks, which means we're doing work all the way around the car, underneath it, etc. Now these cars come with really nice brakes from the factory. These are not the PCCB brakes, but nevertheless, they're still a nice setup. However, my brakes specifically leave much to be desired. There's plenty of pad life, there's plenty of rotor life, but the rotor's pretty tired looking, pretty rusted looking. They could use an upgrade. And while I'm doing it, why not upgrade the pads and the fluid and the line? So we're doing all that today. Got a whole bunch of stuff to unbox and show you guys. Got some really, really nice rotors. I'll get that stuff opened up and show you what we're working with. Running out of table space. I don't want to unpackage these because I don't want to mess this up. They're clearly labeled direction they should go. Two-piece rotors, just absolutely beautiful. I assume this inside is powder coated. It appears powder coated, so it's not going to get nasty, rusty, and disgusting like the ones that are currently on the car. Now these beautiful rotors were sent courtesy of our good friends at Rennline. You can check out their parts at Rennline.com. They just look amazing. And I'm going to weigh these compared to the stock ones so I can show you guys the difference in weight, because being a true two-piece rotor, you should be lighter. Now also from Rennline, all new stainless steel brake lines, front and rear, all around. Now thankfully Porsche seems to be smart in that all their brake lines are the same. So all four of these are the same, but should work all the way around the car. I went with Hawk HPS 5.0 high performance street pads. I did a lot of research. If you're part of the Facebook groups, you probably saw my posts trying to figure out what to get. In my LS1 E36, I have Hawk HPS pads. Very happy with those as far as street driving. Very, very minimum dust, no noise, no squealing, and they perform really, really well. I have a big brake kit on the front of that car, stock M3 rear, but I'm very happy with it. I almost got the same pads for the Porsche, but it seems like the HPS 5.0 are like a newer version of those pads and supposed to be even better. So I figured, why not? I'll give those a try and see what they're like. And to top it all off, some ATE Type 200 fluid. I hope I got enough. So I'm going to bleed the entire brake system, get all new fluid in there. Who knows when it was last changed. I'm sure it wasn't probably changed ever. But enough with the talking. Let's get to tearing this car apart. Again, it always seems to be in multiple pieces. I did partner with Rennline to work on these rotors. Their front rotors are available now and are a perfect fitment. However, the rears are in development. I'm helping them develop them. So this is just a test phase of the rear rotor. Lights went out. Test phase of the rear rotors to check fitment and see if any modifications are needed. So I'm going to fit them on there and basically see if anything needs change. The right tool can make all the difference. See how dusty these are already? Like I just cleaned these not that long ago. So whatever pads are in here, I don't know if they're stock or OEM, but they're just, I'm not impressed. But everything so far came apart real nice and easy. No, it broke loose, so that's good. All right, got the one side off. Now let's see about the other. I need stubby wrenches. Put that on the list. And that one broke loose. Excuse me as I try not to get brake fluid all over myself on the camera. That line came out pretty easily, actually. Hopefully this new one goes in just as smoothly. Now it started. Oh yeah. Brake line buttoned up. Now let's get these beautiful new rotors on here. Almost forgot, guys. We gotta weigh these things. The old hunk of junk is 23. And the new beautiful one from Rennline is 18.4. Nice. Significant weight loss there, boys. Beautiful sight to see. Beautiful, went in super smooth. That's what you like to see. So my little brake wear pad sensors are in there. We got the front done. I obviously haven't bled it yet. I'm gonna bleed them all at the same time because I have a power bleeder. I'm gonna hook that up there. Time to move on to the rear. That went pretty smoothly and it looks phenomenal. So were you guys all just gonna let me get away with putting the brake pad in the wrong way? I was getting ready to do some B-roll and I just wanted to take a look to make sure everything was right. And yeah, the first brake pad I put in was the wrong way. This isn't my first brake job, I assure you. Yeah, that's a that's a whoops. Well, you live and you learn. The other one is in there correctly, I assure you. Yep, that looks better. Good job, Matt. Making you too proud. This sucker is full, very full. Tool for the job, hopefully. The old turkey baster. Oh boy, I don't know if I can really suck it out this way. That's gonna be a pain. I can't really get past where I need to go. Well, that's kind of working. I think that's just gonna take a very long time. That didn't work out quite as well as I had hoped. I only got a little bit out. You can see it's pretty old. At least it looks pretty old and nasty. So I'm just gonna have to resort to letting it pretty much strain out, which is gonna be a lot messier and annoying. This video is sponsored by Vitomin, and this is their Jump 1000 power station. This power station has 1,000 watts and 1,408 watt hours. It's got 12 ports on it, including all the different ones that you would need. USB-A, USB-C, you got your 110 outlets, 12 volt car outlet. Now, included in these outlets, there's actually a section here for a jump starter. So yes, you can jump start your vehicle with this. All you have to do is plug it in, and it works like any jump starter would. Now the Vitomin comes with everything you need to obviously charge it. It's got your main charger brick here, power cable, it's got a car 12 volt, and it's got USB-C. And it all comes in this really nice case, so you can stay nice and organized. On this massive power station on the back is also a light that has different mode functions. It gets super bright, obviously flashes in separate patterns. It's got fans on either side to keep the thing cool when running. The thing is just beefy. Whether your house loses power or you're out in the grid somewhere, you're camping, you're overlanding, what have you, this thing has got you covered. It can charge your cell phone. It can make sure that you can jump start your vehicle if need be. It can even run things such as a microwave, a coffee maker, whatever you need out there where you have no power. If you need even more power, you can actually expand these with additional batteries. You can also get 100 watt solar panels for these that will charge this, and that way you can stay on the grid even longer. If you'd like to get your own Vitomin Jump 1000, I've got a link in the description box. You can also use my code and get 10% off your order, and that code is VTOMR. Big thanks to Vitomin for sponsoring today's video. All right, got it out. Got the brake line out. Got everything, well, I got everything out. Time to put it back together. After we weigh these. Rear, 20.6. Two-piece rear from Rennline. Ooh boy, 17.8. That's a freaking mountain of a difference for just a rotor. I like nice brand new parts. All right, got the rear started. That's always the hardest part for me. It's just getting these things started. They're so finicky, and you're always in an awkward position. Sweet, both sides started. After getting the rotor installed, I noticed there was an issue. The overall diameter of the rotor was perfect. It was spot on. However, the inside hub was too large. It basically caused the brake pads to push too far out of the caliper, and it wouldn't make full contact. But this is why we test. This is sort of why they sent them to me, to let me test them out and see if there are any issues before releasing them to the public. Once I figured that out, I figured, hey, I might as well just continue on, except in the rear, I'm not going to put the new pads and rotors on, but I am going to swap the brake lines just so I can do a full brake bleed all around. And then, of course, move on to the front. Got the brake pads in the correct way, just to double check that so I don't do what I did last time. Another one done, boys. Brakes are done other than bleeding all of it, all the way around. I hope it goes smoothly. I do have a power bleeder. That should make it a little easier. Hopefully it goes smoothly. See if I can do it alone or if I need help. But really, brake job, it's a brake job. It wasn't too bad. The worst part was the brake lines, getting these old ones off. The front came off pretty easily. The rear was a little tighter, harder to get to, but I got it done. We're at about 15 PSI. Let's see what we can drain out of here. I'm going to do a little bit of talking here. You guys might want to stick around. There's a little preview of something you'll be very interested in at the end of this video. Well, the front brakes are all wrapped up. I got all the lines done all the way around. So stainless steel brake lines are done front and rear. The rotors just didn't fit in the rear. So basically the hub size is too big. So that information is sent back to Rennline. They're going to keep working on the design and come out with a new one hopefully in a few months, and I'll be able to test that out. So eventually all my brakes will match. Very happy with the front brakes. They're working great, feeling great, and not only that, I have more maintenance items crossed off. And swapping in those new rear rotors once available with the new pads will be pretty easy. And it's not like I'm running a track pad in the front and stock in the rear. These HPS pads for the front are not that different from stock in forms of aggression. Now with these new brakes, you gotta bed them in, so there's no better time than now to get them properly bed. So get up to speed here and hit the brakes. Basically, I'll just keep doing that, rinse, repeat. Don't get them too hot. I don't know that a bed-in procedure is really, thank you, sir, is really that important with new brakes. I don't think it's like the end-all be-all, like you have to do it, but I'm gonna at least slightly do it. I'm gonna stop. Day 2 brake update. They feel nice. I like them a lot. A little more initial bite than factory. Now, could that be accustomed to the stainless steel brake lines, the fresh brake fluid, or the pads and rotors? I'm guessing it's a combination of all of the above. But I am happy with them, and obviously they look fantastic. Now that being said, I obviously still have to do the rears. Rennline is actively working on them. Like I said, I was kind of partnering with them to get these figured out. So the fronts are on. I know it's kind of odd to run different front and rear, but that's not a long-term solution. We're gonna have matching rears. They're gonna look really, really nice, because now the rears look absolutely terrible and the fronts look so, so good. And the fronts are a lot lighter and better and newer. And little brake test. I think I got them bedded in and they feel great. I wasn't a huge fan of the stock brakes. That initial bite wasn't great on these. Now, it's still not as good as my E36, but it is much better now. In the few days that I've driven it, I didn't notice any brake dust. And there's absolutely no noise at all from these pads. So I'm very happy with everything that I chose so far. And those rotors, well, they look awesome. You can pick those front rotors up right now on Rennline.com, and eventually they will have the rear ones. If you notice, the Porsche is not in the garage and it's not outside. It's somewhere else. And I'll show you where that somewhere else is here. Yes, it is getting painted. Getting painted at my buddy's shop. Be sure to check out his YouTube channel. He just started it. It's called MA Cars. He's going to have all sorts of wild vehicles on there that he owns, because he owns a lot of cool stuff. Stay tuned. You'll see more on that in the next video.